Thanks for coming back in. It's good to see you. So I wanted to check in about some of the things we talked about last time, the things you said were up for you that felt important, and make sure that I heard you right. Can we start out there, and then we'll move on from there?
Sure.
Thanks. So you were telling me last time that the number one thing that you were worried about was sleep, right? That you were having trouble staying awake in class and getting to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So this is in my category for action. We want to focus on that, okay?
Yeah.
We also talked about some things that you were having some trouble with, some issues with family relationships, and your living situation was a little bit shaky right now. So I wanted to circle back and make sure I heard you right about that.
Why do we have to talk about that?
We don't have to talk about this in our work together if you don't want to. If you don't want to focus on that in our work together, that's cool. I just want to make sure I heard you right last time, that for you, that's something that is up.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just talk about what I was sitting here for.
Okay, cool. Well, let's put these in a special pile. That's sort of in the not my business pile right now.
Okay.
Does that work for you? Okay. You did talk about, though, and this is partly why we're here, is that this some effect on school, right, with the sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So can we keep that on our radar that we're going to look at together, the troubles with school?
Yeah.
Okay, that one's all right. And then there was also talk, Mr. Taylor said that sometimes there were some angry outbursts at school. You said that happened sometimes at home too. And so for you to get a handle on the school, can we also maybe just talk a little bit about the anger stuff as we move forward?
Sure.
You're uncomfortable with that one?
Okay.
All right, you're good with that. If you change your mind later and told me to back off, I'll respect that, okay? But you did last time say that was somewhat connected.
I think so. I can't remember.
Okay. And things change week to week. The other two here that you mentioned from the past, and we can't change these because they happened a long time ago, but you talked about when you were a kid, some neglect and some physical abuse in the home, in your mom's home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to have those out on the table just so we honor that, because that sometimes affects things like sleep and other things. But you also told me that you didn't really want to go into that too much.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that still feeling that way?
Oh, yeah.
Can we keep them on the table together and just in the back of our mind, so that maybe down the road you'll want to talk about them more? If you don't want to, it's fine, but just keep them in a place where we're going to have some view on them together.
Sure.
I won't pry into that. And again, if it feels like I am, tell me to back off, I will. But I don't want to lose sight of it, because I want to help you tackle this stuff, and I have a suspicion that sometimes these might be connected. But it's really up to you.
All right.
Does that work for you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you tell me if you weren't okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then there were some other things here that that came up that we were going to talk about, that you said you wanted to maybe just keep an eye on, but not dig into too much. Some problems with family support and some problems with having access to things to do in the community. The Boys and Girls Club closed down, and there's nowhere to go, and your recreation is kind of limited now. Is that right? So maybe those can sometimes be connected with this too, so maybe we could talk about those.
Okay. So now we're going to have a long session today. Right?
We don't have to talk about everything today. I just want to get a handle on what you told me before, so we can move forward over the next, however long we're working together, that we have a kind of a game plan together. And I want to make sure that what I'm hearing you say is what you're really telling me, because sometimes I could misunderstand and get it wrong. I want to focus on what matters to you more than anything. So does this work for you so far?
Yeah.
Anything that you talked about last time that was really important that I just missed, that I didn't cover today? Or anything new that's come up for you that you wish I knew about, if I'm going to be helpful?
No. That's
Okay.
about it. I think we touched everything.
So the next thing that I think we might want to do together, if it's all right with you, is to take some of the things that you do want to focus on, particularly the sleep, the school, and the anger control, and we'll start to talk about how to imagine a goal where, like, if everything got way better in these things, what would it look like in 3 months from now or 6 months from now, and start to imagine that together. And then we'll come up with sort of a game plan. What would it look like to help you get there on your terms, also in a way that's going to satisfy Mr. Taylor and the teacher who's got a problem, because we have to get them off your back too, right?
Sounds like we're gonna be here all day.
Today we're just here for 40 minutes. We'll do our best to wrap our heads around how to move forward on these, and then we'll meet every week or something for a little while until we feel like we've got this tackled, and then you can carry on without me. Does that work?
Yeah. So can we get started?
Let's do it.